Frank West used to say that the clarinet was invented by 5 men that never met.
From WQXR and Carnegie Hall, this is Classical Music Happy Hour, hosted by me, pianist Manny Ax. Each episode will speak with a special guest about their lives, listen to some of their favorite musical gems, play music-inspired games, and answer questions from you, our listeners. Saxophonist, clarinetist, composer, author. It's hard to put my guest today in a single category. At least I know he's not a football quarterback. Born in Cuba in 1948, he's a founding member of the Cuban Modern Music Orchestra and, along with Chucho and Oscar Valdez, the innovative ensemble Irakere. Over the course of his career, El Pac-Man, as he's known, has racked up 16 Grammys and Latin Grammys awards and recorded more than 40 solo albums. Paquito D'Rivera, welcome to the show. It's a great honor.
Thank you for having me here, Manny. I can't believe that I am in the same studio with you. I admire you for so many years, I am a lucky guy.
I'm at least as lucky as you, so it's wonderful to have you. How old were you when you first got an instrument in your hand?
5 years old.
5 years old. And from your father?
Yes. Yeah. My father was a retired from the army. So he used to practice his tenor saxophone 26 hours a day, the entire day. And he gave me a plastic saxophone from Sears or something.
Right.
And then they say that I pretend to practice next to him.
I see.
He saw that my inclination to the music world, and then he gave to me a little soprano that I still have that instrument. And he presented me when I was 6 years old.
Fantastic.
So that happened 70 years ago.
I heard in one of your interviews something very important, I think. You were talking about playing and teaching, and you said it doesn't always go together, and being a great teacher is like its own talent.
It's a total different talent. So
I completely agree with you, yeah.
Some people, they definitely knows how to explain things.
Right.
That's all what it is.
Right.
The people that know how to explain to others how to do,
And especially, I think that in a way, the most difficult thing is when you have young kids, because when they're older, already musicians, you can talk about music, but to teach young children to keep them interested and still to be serious, to have fun and to be serious, it's a special talent.
Yes.
Your father must have been fantastic.
He used to say that you learn more from your students than what the students learn from you. Mainly because sometimes they ask you things that you never ask yourself. But you have to find a way to answer it because they are waiting for you to answer that question. So you have to do a research in yourself and find the answer.
Was he a nice teacher or a tough teacher?
And he was a tough teacher.
Tough teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was a very rebellious student too.
I see.
Especially because I inherited from him, I had a too developed sense of humor. I was a prankster. And my father wanted me to be a little more serious, in what I was doing.
Did you practice a lot?
I am not a good practitioner, But with him, you have to practice. He loved Jascha Heifetz.
Yes.
And say, you see the way Jascha Heifetz played? There is no shortcut for that.
You were very influenced by Benny Goodman.
A lot. Yeah. Still today, sometimes I steal one or two of his phrases.
What are the characteristics of his playing that you love?
The sound. Music is about sound. He has a very recognizable and beautiful sound. Because some other people have recognizable but horrible sound. You can recognize the face of Frankenstein. Immediately you recognize that. But it's horrible. But Benny had a beautiful timbre to play the clarinet.
I see.
Which is an instrument that is very easy to make it sound horrible. The saxophone is a more reasonable instrument, I call it. you know.
Uh-huh.
The clarinet is that you have to pay attention on what you are doing because in any minute it will do. "Ah!"
I see. I see.
I remember that I asked the wonderful Phil Woods once, "What is your clarinet?" And he said, "My clarinet is a lamp now." That instrument scream in the case. You know? You have to take care of what you're doing. It's like a violin or something.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it is. Frank West used to say that the clarinet was invented by 5 men that never met. I mean, true.
Wonderful. You were able to play Benny Goodman's clarinet at Carnegie Hall.
It's a great instrument. It's not the instrument that he played in Carnegie Hall in 1938.
Right, a different
because
one.
That was a sermon. The one that I played was a buffet. It looked like it was an instrument made for a star like him. It's
see.
a very fine instrument.
And was it also kind of a great feeling of connection? Or
It was an honor, to be invited. The only thing that I was so sorry was that my father was not there, because he was the person who planted that in my heart.
Yeah.
But it was a very touching feeling.
A touching moment.
To play the Benny Goodman clarinet. Yeah.
I'm hoping that you can help me answer some questions about classical music from our listeners.
Yeah.
We've invited them to submit their questions, and we're going to do our best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll just make something up.
Let's do it.
That's all. Okay.
Remember that I have only 100 words in English. And 50 of them are not very kosher.
That's okay. So I answer everything in Polish, so nobody knows, nobody understands anything. So it's perfect. So this is a write-in question, so I'm going to read the question.
Wow, okay.
I never understood why woodwinds such as the B-flat clarinet, E-flat saxophone, and so forth don't sound the note they're reading. Is it to do with the fingering? Is it easier to read the music without flats? Why don't we all play C clarinets?
Because the different instruments in the different keys make the sound totally different. The C clarinet is too bright. The B flat is mellower, and the A clarinet is like honey.
I see. I see.
It's a little more complicated instrument because of the intonation and all that, but just for me. But the different sizes of the instrument have to do a lot with the core of the instrument.
I see. But I'm curious. Let's say you bring your B-flat clarinet, and the music that you're playing for happens to be written for A clarinet. You have to actually deal with that, right?
You have to deal with that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I used to do that very good. Especially that transposing type of thing from B flat to A.
I see.
It was very common because in Cuba, very few people have A clarinets. We were fantastic transposing, No, it's A clarinet, but no problem. So we used to do that very well.
There are piano geniuses who play with singers very often.
Oh, yeah.
And, they have music in, let's say, B flat. And the singer will say, no, I need it lower. I would like to do it in A flat. And the pianist says, oh, it's no problem. I just play it that way.
Oh, yeah.
They're quite genius people.
I know some pianists who do that. The pianist, Uruguayan pianist that is fantastic doing that, is Pablo Singer. Uruguayan pianist from New York. He was always dealing with singers. I am so sorry for him. Because, Maestro, I don't feel good. I should say, that's not my problem. Eh? But then he goes and plays in any key.
You go from classical music, jazz, Latino, you name it, you compose. Is it just natural to go from one to the other? I mean, for you, is it natural to play the Brahms clarinet trio and then the next minute to play something like a
una rumba,
Contradanza? It's just natural, yeah?
Well, you know that you don't play two styles of music the same way. You have to do minor or major adjustments. You don't play the same way Stravinsky than the way you play Highland. It's a totally different way of approaching music. You don't play the Cuban music like you play Brazilian music, for example. Brazilian music is more nostalgic. Cuban is a more spontaneous, I can say that. Brazilian, they mix happiness with, they have something called nostalgia, sing saudade.
Yes.
The saudade is something that the Brazilian musician put in the music that have no explanation. I asked them, is that nostalgia? Say, no, it's a lot more than that. It's interesting. You have to adapt yourself to the difference when you pass from one composer to the other. So the same thing when you pass from one style of music to another, you know.
So we have a treat, I hope, for our listening audience, and that is Paquito wrote a piece called Contradanza. And I'm going to try and fake my way through the accompaniment so that we can hear Paquito D'Rivera play this piece. And I have the pleasure of watching him and messing up with the piano notes, but getting to hear you play.
And I am very happy that we're going to play specifically this piece because Contradanza is dedicated to the most representative of all Cuban musicians, a great concert pianist and composer by the name of Ernesto Lecuona.
Okay.
So it's an honor to do it, especially with the fantastic pianist that I have here with me.
Yeah,
Manny Ax.
next year I will practice it. I need 1 year, and then I'll be ready to play.
I will be ready waiting for you.
I'll be ready to play. And we have to do some Brahms also.
Oh, very good. We do the trio with yo-yo.
So let's have a go. Okay, so we try? Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm Manny Ax, and this is Classical Music Happy Hour. We'll return in just a moment. This is Classical Music Happy Hour. I'm Manny Ax. Let's rejoin our conversation with Paquito D'Rivera. This show is called Classical Music Happy Hour. What is your favorite drink after a long day of work?
Well, you know, I like non-alcoholic beers.
Oh, I see.
I don't drink alcohol for a few years now, but I love the taste of the beer.
Yes, I see.
And especially in Spain, they have different brands of non-alcoholic beer, and I love that.
Fantastic.
I can even drink it and play a concert.
Yeah. No, I agree. I love it as well. I think it's wonderful. What is the best book that you ever read about music?
One of my favorites is the Oscar Peterson biography that is called Jazz Odyssey. And I was very impressed with that book because Oscar Peterson was a great pianist, but also he writes very good. He's a poet too. He was a poet. So it's amazing the history of this man. I read constantly. But this is a book that impressed me very much.
Great. I'll have to
Oscar
get it.
Peterson.
What is the first album that you bought with your own money?
Wow. That is hard for me. I remember the first album that I heard that my father played for me, which was Benny Goodman live at Carnegie Hall.
And when you heard the name, this is one of my favorite things that I ever heard. That when he told you it was Benny Goodman at Carnegie Hall, what did you hear?
I understood carne y frijol.
and you said, what does beef and beans have to do with music?
What my mother cooked at home. Then he played to me the city of New York. Ever since I was obsessed, with the city of New York and being a musician here. And well, finally I became a musician in the city of New York.
It's fantastic. It's a fabulous, fabulous remark. Which composer would you like to have dinner with the most?
Antonio Carlos Jobim, for example.
Really?
He's one of my favorites, yeah. If he choose the food, probably he would choose some beans also.
Okay.
He's Brazilian.
So, Carnegie frijoles.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you learn to improvise? Because I'm so hopeless. When I started as a kid, you play exactly what's on the page.
Which is not really exactly.
Well, it's never exactly right. I agree with you.
Yeah, no.
I agree with you.
There is not too many Manny Axes around, the interpretation of the music.
I just mean, the idea of actually deciding at the moment, instead of playing the duples, you play triplets. I'm just beginning to learn in Mozart piano concertos, where the tradition really was to add many things in the slow movements, to add little notes and passages. It's a kind of improvisation, but the kind you do it's phenomenal. You have to understand the harmony so well.
Oh, yeah. You have to know harmony by theory or by ear. Some people learn it by ear and they don't know what they are playing.
But they hear it.
Everybody has a different way to do things.
Is there a way to learn to improvise?
I think Paul Desmond say that you can learn. Yeah. I learned by transcribing. And I started with the Benny Goodman concerto in all the pieces that he played there. I used to, with my little soprano saxophone, I tried to transcribe by ear all the solos, not only from Benny, but from Harry James, Lionel Hampton, the wonderful Teddy Wilson that was one of my favorite musicians.
Yes, fabulous.
And Tus Mondello. I used to copy all those solos. I think if I play the LP now, the recording, I can play all those solos. And then some friends of my father was improviser told me, on top of those solos, you try to do your own solo. Mainly by ear.
Yeah.
It's mainly by ear, but it's good to learn harmony and not to have a good...
but then you just experiment.
Try and fail. That's what it is.
But it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal art.
We are talking about only the jazz improvisation, but I know a fantastic improviser in classical music. Her name is Gabriela Montero.
Of course.
Wonderful pianist.
Wonderful.
And sometimes she cannot tell you what she's doing.
Right.
She told me that, no, I really don't get what it is, but you like it? I love it. Man.
Yeah, no, she's quite phenomenal. As far as classical piano, there's Robert Levin, who improvises a cadenza for Mozart every time different, on the stage. So there are people, Gabriela is amazing.
Gabriela is amazing. Yeah, and I like improvising because since I was a kid, I played the Mozart concerto a few times. Then I used to learn the written ones by people like Simeon Bellison and people that knows the style very well.
Yes.
Those cadenzas are very well written, but I prefer to do my own cadenza, which is, I think, what they used to do in those days.
in the slow movements especially, it would never be what's on the page. He writes sometimes a half note and then a quarter note, and he himself probably played all kinds of roulades and passages and so
and
forth.
jokes, I know that because
and jokes, yeah.
I heard that he was a pranker too.
He was a prankster. Yeah. Apparently he was a prankster from the letters, a little bit. Yeah. We have another write-in question. Are you born with perfect pitch, or can you develop perfect pitch?
Well, I saw an advertise in a magazine that there is a guy who say that you can acquire that thing. I don't know. I never checked. But no, I don't have perfect pitch.
Yeah,
No.
I don't either, but I know that Leonard Bernstein was asked the question. He did not have perfect pitch. He had relative pitch.
Relative pitch.
And some people, if I hear a note on the piano, I usually can know what note it is. But if you say sing C, I couldn't find it and you couldn't either, right?
No, can't do that.
You have to hear it.
It's not very common, that type of
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. It's interesting because also my wife does have a perfect pitch, but for her it's a problem now because you probably know that the general pitch of orchestras and of instruments has kept going up, little by little.
More and more and more.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So the A from our childhood
440.
It was 440 megahertz, and now it's probably 445.
That much, huh?
That much. So she says very often she hears a piece in B flat, and she hears it in B.
Well, but also when I talk about perfect pitch, I am talking about harmonically too.
Right, that too, which
People
changes,
like
yes.
Chucho, you can't do whatever wrong in the piano and he tell you all the notes.
He tells you everything, yeah. Boulez was like that. Pierre
too, right?
Boulez was like that, yeah.
No, Stravinsky was not.
Really?
I heard
Stravinsky wasn't like that.
I have a friend of mine, my assistant, Juan Ruiz, who told me that Stravinsky used to have a person that he bring this person to rehearsals in case there is some note that he wrote wrong in the orchestra. And Stravinsky was not able to detect the note. I heard that,
Yeah.
they say yes. They call him the ear or something.
I see.
The guy said, oh, yeah, but Igor, the second trumpet, that is a wrong note and all that. Because
Amazing.
he didn't hear this. I wrote it, but something is wrong, but they don't know what is wrong.
I see. As you know, sometimes the stuff I do, the classical music, sometimes it's very serious stuff. But I'm hoping that you can help me a little bit to be not so serious. And we have a game to play. It's called Animal or Instrument. We're going to hear sounds. We have to decide, is this an animal or is it a musical instrument? So are you ready to play?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, let's try it.
That sounds to me like an electronic instrument or something.
You know what? I think it's an instrument, not an animal. I think it's a slow version of a wind machine, like they have in Don Quixote of Strauss.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that that's what it is. So I think the answers are written here. That was an animal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A boar?
It's a type of seal that lives in the Antarctic, and they weigh up to 1,100 pounds.
It shows.
Yeah.
It sounds like that.
So even 100 pounds more than me. Okay, number 2.
Can you play that again, please?
Well, I mean, it sounds like a bird, huh?
That sounds like a bird to me, too.
Yeah? Shall we guess a bird?
Yeah, that's a bird.
No, it's not a bird. It's an instrument.
It's an instrument. What type of instrument is that?
It's called the seagull effect, and it's a technique for the cello.
For the cello?
For the cello.
We have to tell Yo-Yo
We have to
get
tell
one.
you. Yeah, we have to tell Yo-Yo. Then the next time he plays the Dvorak concerto,
Yeah.
he can add, a little bit for the bird
in the
outside.
cadenza, in the cadenza.
Okay, let's do number 3.
That's a contrabassoon.
You the contrabassoon?
Yeah.
Okay,
To me, it sounds like a contrabassoon.
I go with you. I go with you.
Oh.
I go with you. That's an animal.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called a musk ox. It's found in cold places. They live in the Arctic, and they produce a kind of wool that's called kivyut.
Oh. It's cold here.
So if I could get a jacket from this wool, I could go.
It's cold here.
Do we have one more? We have one more. Yeah. Okay. What?
It's an instrument in the water. It's somebody, it's Winston Marsalis playing his trumpet in the swimming pool.
So what do you think? What's your guess?
Wow. It's like somebody blowing instrument in underwater or something, but in the surface.
On the surface of the water.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's a person or an animal.
It's an animal playing a trumpet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. It's an instrument, okay, but used up. You were 100% right, almost 99. That's a trumpet played into a bowl of Jell-O. Paquito D'Rivera, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a great, great honor and pleasure. It's wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you for having me in mind because I am an old fan.
I'm Manny Ax, and this is Classical Music Happy Hour. Classical Music Happy Hour is supported in part by the Robert and Mercedes Eichholz Foundation and by Linda Nelson. Our production team includes Lauren Purcell-Joyner, Eileen Delahanty, Laura Boyman, Elizabeth Nonamaker, David Norville, Christine Herskovitz, and Ed Yim. Our engineering team includes George Wellington, Irene Trudell, and Chase Coulpon. Classical Music Happy Hour is produced by WQXR in partnership with Carnegie Hall.